What's up, peeps? Assalamu alaikum. Shalom Hotel. What's up, peeps? This is your boy Isaac Carr, man. Bringing you heat early in the morning, about 6:01. Did y'all hear them thunderstorms outside in my area? 'Cause it was hot in the nicky yesterday. It had to cool down some. But I got a feeling it's going to be a scorcher today. Just do me a favor. Like this video, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You will be notified every time your boy drop content from the left to the right even. Yo, man. I'm like a black PBS. You feel me? I love to inform my people, keep them edified. You know, I was coming across, I was on my Facebook page.
We found out is that how you learn about
I have a sister, Iria Yarrell, on my page, and she, for always bringing information, she had another video on there too, a woman talking to Congress about the mask, man. She was going ham with it. I'm gonna see if I can find it for you all, but this subject right here is talking about investigation discovers several history textbooks spreading inaccurate information about Black history to students across the United States, and that's just what it is, man. And we so ill-informed on things. It's about a good 6-minute video, so just check this out.
what we found out is that how you learn about topics like slavery and the civil rights movement really depends on where you live and the textbooks you're using. And some of the textbooks we looked at, there's information that may surprise you. Is there a problem with how we teach American history in this country?
Yes.
Renowned scholar Dr. Ibram X. Kendi can't believe what students are learning about America's past.
That's closely, now I can see why so many students get to college and they're like, why didn't we learn this in high school? Because it isn't in these books.
We asked Kendi, a CBS News contributor, to take a look at 4 textbooks used in public school classrooms. The first book, The American Pageant, is used to teach advanced placement history. The publisher of the book says more than 5 million students learn from it each year. We looked at the 16th edition of the book, published in 2016. So here on page 346, it says, in the deeper South, many free blacks were mulattoes.
The term mulatto is a racist slur against biracial people.
The book also includes this map, referring to enslaved Africans in 1775 as immigrants, alongside the Dutch, the Scottish, and the German.
To refer to
Immigrants, and we don't get nowhere near the treatment of immigrants. Get a bullet, get a noose, get used, but not even no citizen. Immigrant, you feel me? Boy, they fine.
and again as immigrants, insinuates that they chose to come. The African people who almost totally were forced to come and certainly did not want to come to the United States in chains.
Just to see if things have changed, we looked at the latest edition of the book published this year. The map is still there.
The assignment asked students to put a price on slaves.
What and how students learn about history is different everywhere and sometimes problematic.
Look at that.
The teacher, who is white, told them to write funny captions on images of freed slaves.
There are
What
reports
type of
the
shit?
teacher made black students act as slaves.
There is no national standard for what history is taught. Each state sets standards which outlines what students are expected to learn. CBS News took a look at the social studies standards for all 50 states and the District of Columbia. We found 7 states do not directly mention slavery, and 8 do not mention the civil rights movement. Only 2 states mention white supremacy, and 16 list states' rights as a cause of the Civil War, which Kendi says is a problem.
This was the term that the Confederate states, that later segregationists and even some slaveholders utilized to hide that they were really fighting for the rights of slaveholders.
Kevin Ellis is the chair of the Texas State Board of Education, About 10% of the nation's students attended Texas public school. In 2018, the state changed its standards to teach slavery as the central cause of the Civil War, but it still mentions states' rights. Should states' rights even be taught at all?
So I think even when you look at states' rights, it focused around slavery. And so what we're doing now is just being clear that those states' rights that the South was fighting over was states' rights for them to have slavery.
Kendi also took a look at this textbook, Texas History, which is adopted by the state to teach middle school social studies. It covers topics including slavery and the Civil War.
This is a picture, and the caption says, "Some U.S. settlers brought slaves to Texas to help work the fields and do chores." And I don't think we should describe slave labor as chores.
A few pages later, Kendi pointed out this image. The caption for this picture says, "What characteristics of slave life does this image show?" Does this depict slavery?
If we were going to have a single picture that depicted slavery, it should be a picture that demonstrates terror and violence.
We also asked Ellis what he thought about the picture.
Well, I think one of the as we go through the struggles and the injustices that the slaves went through, I think the important thing is not to do what was done in earlier times and make it sound like they were better off here than they were back in their.
But this picture doesn't look so bad. There's no marks on anyone's body, and this is supposed to represent enslaved people.
I think the point that's being made is the fact this was not a true representation of what slaves went through and the injustices that they went through. And I can't answer why that.
Look how she looking.
In that text. We have progressed in the past 5 years and 10 years and 20 years, and we still have more work to do. And I think this would be an example of that.
The publisher of that Texas history book, Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, told CBS News in a statement that it appreciates and values Dr. Kendi's analysis of the textbook, and they are making intentional changes to the content in future editions. Cengage, the publisher of The American Pageant, said the authors work strenuously to provide an accurate, fair, and engrossing account of American history, and they are always striving to improve. They note the newest edition makes corrections and includes firsthand accounts from African Americans of the time. So
important to point out, though, that the
Wow. The cover up all across the board, man. You see the shit? You see the shit?
publishers can make
Shit's just fucked up, ain't it? Fucked up. Fucked up. Yeah. And this Palm Beach resident erupts over the mask, man. I want y'all to hear this shit. She went ham in the paint. She went ham in the paint. Oh no, go back. Yeah.
Power off.
No, don't do that shit to me. Don't do that shit to me. Cut your ass back on.
Power on.
See how my phone
Your device is connected.
my device is trying to fuck up on me. This woman, she went off. When I say she went off about the mask, I don't know if y'all ever seen it or not. But it was on they played it on The View and everything. She went off.
Vote to make wearing a mask mandatory. Take a look.
You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people. It literally is killing people. And we the people, are waking up, and we know what citizens arrest is, because citizens arrests are already happening, okay? And every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. They want to throw God's wonderful breath.
And the woman also went to go say, oh my God, man, they can't escape God. Oh my goodness. They went off, man. They went off. Check it out. It's some more.
System out the door. You're all turning your backs on it. And ma'am, as a doctor, I really have many question marks about your degrees and what you really know, because what you say is the political dogma that they're trying to shove down our throats on every commercial and every store, and it's disgusting.
Well, okay.
It is. It is disgusting. And it's sad, man. And they making people abide by these rules. Making us abide by these rules. You gotta obey the law of the land, but their guidance is screwed. But anyway, do me a favor, like this video, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, you'll be notified. Peace and bala grease.